What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Swolecast. Listen, there's not wins and losses, it's wins and learning, and that's what we're doing on this show. We are learning, some of us in real time. You get to see how things are working kind of up here, and I'm not the only one with challenges today. Pete and Davis both have their own draft challenge. I went from hard mode to easy mode. I only have one trap challenge. So it should be a fun show. It's a Swolecast hosted by RotoGrinders.com coming up next.
Are you Davis Maddox from the Swolecast? I was like, yep, that's me.
I just want you guys to know I'm total dust. I'm the problem.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Leave it to the guy with the crypto dunes, Abby, to not understand context.
I should have known you getting 30 likes was directly written by someone else.
You know me, I don't do a ton of research before the show.
I've put no research into this. Don't know if it's true at all.
You're on the right show.
Tape.
To it, bro. Live a little.
Live a little.
Just live a little, guys.
All right. Listen, we are in the draft. We are just going right at it. So I'm David Kitchen, aka Soccer Dave, joined by Davis Maddox and Peter Overzet. Pete, you have never had a worse spot, I think, than the both of us. You've had like a top 5 spot, it feels like, every single time.
That's a Swolecast bias because anyone watching all my Best Ball Mania drafts will know that I've been getting a ton of late slots lately. So I'm not going to let you slander me here. 1-5, and we do have Christian McCaffrey go 1-2. So I'm going to get Tyreek Hill or Cooper Kupp here, and Diggs goes 1-4. All right, we're having some fun in here today.
Liam's alt account just set up the Bills Josh Allen stack.
Peter, you go with Tyreek Hill just right off the bat, ahead of Cooper Kupp. If you had to pick, what is your, what's the optimal range of pick selection for you?
I mean, I like having a top 2 pick. One, I like getting Chase or Jefferson. And then 2, I really like the options available at the 2-3 turn there.
Shoot!
What?
Oh, gosh.
You wanted Kelsey that bad?
Clock.
All right, I got AJ Brown. We're good.
Okay, so I'm gonna guess David's mission was something to do with either the Chiefs or with tight ends.
No, I really didn't realize I was on the clock. I get into host mode and then forget about what else I've got going on. But I'm good now.
We got a good comment in the chat from Danny Coffey. It's just Kitchen's challenge is just to not time out in 18 picks, to not just no auto picks from David.
That would be a good one.
All right. So we each have individual challenges. How about this? On a scale of 1 to 10, how easy do you think it will be for the chat to guess your challenge throughout the draft?
1 being the easiest, 10 being the hardest.
Yeah.
Mine's like a 3. Mine should be easy to guess.
Mine's pretty easy too.
I think mine's going to be kind of hard. I'll say mine's like a 6 or a 7.
Okay. It'll help for the chat to be familiar with the types of teams everyone is drafting, probably. I mean, not that David really has a type. He just has who's ever at the top of the queue when the clock gets to 0, but helpful probably for you and I.
So Sosa, if you're on here, read your DMs because I just want some clarification on my challenge. So you can just DM back. All right.
You seriously don't understand your challenge? Didn't Sosa DM you yesterday with this?
Yeah. But now that I'm reading it back, okay, yeah. All right, I'm gonna change mine from a 3 to like a 9.
Oh, totally.
So,
okay. You are on the clock right now. You are on the clock.
Yeah.
Dave is such a
Okay.
chaotic drafter that it's honestly impossible to tell what he's doing is deviating from the norm.
You can't follow his thoughts because he's just all over the place. He just is clicking. It's almost as if he is clicking at random.
I will say
that
Dave,
I was given a tough challenge. If this is what the challenge is, I was given a tough one.
Okay.
So
I mean, you started your draft with AJ Brown and Chris Olave. Good picks. You made good picks.
Yeah, of course.
No, I wouldn't know. Okay, Pete takes Jonathan Taylor after ADP. Hard to tell if that's part of his mission or if he's just value hounding. If we have an Awu in the chat.
All right, can I
would
tell
say
you
value
guys,
hounding is part of my typical MO.
Can I tell you something? Here's what I learned, and why I think you guys. I think it's smart for people to do a slow draft first, because I wanted to make sure.
No, this is dead wrong.
No, Davis, would you shut up and let me explain my point here? I entered a $5 slow puppy to draft just to make sure the spike week overlay was working correctly. It's still not done yet. Over a week later, but that's okay. Every time it's my turn, it's a chance to research what I want to do, who's on the board. And so basically it's learning by experience at a much slower, less frenetic pace. So Davis, why would you say that slow draft is not the way? Just burn as much money as possible.
Because you're just going to learn better when the bullets are flying. You're going to learn better. You're going to get it's the 10,000 hour thing. I mean, you're going to get better with more reps.
For you, Davis, because you are like writing your newsletter, you're writing
like I know who plays for what team.
Exactly. You've been keeping up on the news. Like anytime someone's coming up on, like possible options, I'm clicking the news icon and reading up, who had a good training camp practice.
I love the idea of David Kitchen getting his takes from the underdog blurbs that are just the one sentence blurb that you get by clicking on their profile.
We got what are Tuttle's exposures? We should do like when is Tuttle even going to come on the show? Like when's Tuttle's first?
Week 1. I mean, Tuttle is not showing up till week 1 for sure.
You think?
Sorry, Kitchen. Had to snipe your little. I couldn't let Jalen Hurts just fall back.
A little naked.
That is cheap.
So Pete's got a 1-1-1 build going right now.
Have I tipped my hand?
All value hound picks too. Everyone was a value hound.
Gosh.
All right, Dave.
Man.
Let's see the magic, bud.
No, I don't know if I just got sniped on two possibly. I'll just give a hint. Two
related to your mission?
Yeah.
Is your mission to draft a 0 running back team?
No.
You got 2 seconds. Oh, there we go. He's setting up. Okay.
Did you just auto draft Calvin Ridley?
No, I started him. I want to make sure.
Oh, you start him.
The
okay.
top of the
okay.
queue.
All right. Technically, not. We'll give it to you. Not an auto draft. You got
not an auto draft. Not an auto draft.
All right. So Pete has 3 value hound selections. Dave has all wide receivers. All AJ Brown was at ADP. Olave was before ADP. Ridley was right at ADP. And I have Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes, and DK Metcalf. This is actually I love. This is all of those guys fit into my framework of guys I like to draft a lot. Mahomes is, I don't know how I feel about this, but Mahomes is my second drafted overall quarterback. I have him at like 17% exposure.
Wow. How much of that Mahomes in the second round versus in the third round? Because he doesn't fall to the third that much.
My guess is a lot of it is probably in the second, although now when I'm up here on the third and it's like Breece Hall or if Hurts and Josh go before him for whatever reason, like I am value hounding Mahomes in the third round when he's available to me and just backfilling those stacks for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And I also will take him, like for example, if I have Chase and they're at pick 23, I will take Mahomes there as well.
Gotcha. And where are you at on the? Oh, go ahead, Kitchen.
No, you go ahead, Pete.
I was going to say, Davis, where are you at on the great late stacking? Are you on team Justin Ross or team Richie James? Are you on team Sky Moore or team Rashee Rice? These are the battles people need to know.
Rice over Moore, but I take both of them. And just like last year, my percentage of Justin Ross exposure will be the same number of snaps he plays for the Kansas City Chiefs, 0%. The Justin Ross slappies. Look, there are a lot of slappies in basketball, right? We got our Mac Jones slappies, we got our Najee Harris slappies. The Justin Ross slappies are the most unbelievable. Like just hanging on to a freshman season in 2018 in 2023. It's really something.
ETN gets auto drafted. That really ticks me off too. Like when the auto draft disrupts what you're trying to do. Because I wanted ETN.
Is your mission to get a quarterback, wide receiver, running back, week 17 stack?
No.
Is that part of how we want to play this? Like, if we guess someone's mission, do you have to reveal that that's correct, or do we want to just play it close to the vest?
No.
No, but there's
someone
like
guesses
multiple parts of the mission. There's multiple parts of the mission.
All right. Well, you're on the clock, so I'm not going to have you try and explain. Make your pick. You got 8 seconds,
right.
Dave.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so Dave's mission is something to do with stacking week 17 or the Jaguars. It's got to be because he just reached on Christian Kirk like 30 spots ahead of ADP.
6, but yes.
Yeah.
Christian Watson, nice pick there. A couple picks past ADP.
I just in my own hashtag personal rankings, I prefer him to Hopkins by quite a bit.
Yeah.
Watson and London are a coin flip though.
I don't know how I feel about this Hopkins on the Pat stuff either. I'm just going to take him though.
My thing with DeAndre Hopkins is what situation does he land in that is better than the situations he's been in Houston and in Arizona? I don't see the team that signs him and gives him 9 targets a game other than Kansas City. Kansas City would really be the only team that could do that, I think.
Yeah, I mean, depends on the offense, right? What's Vegas saying? Are there odds where he's heading? Like, who's the favorite?
Well, Hopkins is the Patriots are the favorite after today's stuff. All the reports sound like it's close.
Yeah. What the report was they're not going to let him leave the building without a contract signed.
Someone spotted him at a Dunkin' Donuts off of 1A in Foxborough.
Did you?
It's a lock.
Graham Barfield tweeted this out this morning, and I tweeted something out about Patriots camp yesterday. Juju's not even there. He's still hurt.
Yeah.
He's still hurt from an injury he suffered last season. He's still not back to full activity based off the knee injury he had in the middle of the season last year. We got a little bit of a piss boys draft here. Jahmyr Gibbs is he's 9 spots after ADP.
Yeah,
on the board,
what a smash.
Aaron Jones ahead of Jahmyr Gibbs. That is not a good pick. That is.
You didn't know?
Oh, you didn't know? We just don't.
You didn't know?
Hawkinson, the Aaron Jones Hawkinson correlation pick at the 4-5 turn.
Let's see. The chat thinks I'm value hounding. Ryan says Pete Hollywooding is value hound mission like a guy holding the nut flush. I will. I'll reach ahead of ADP for a pick here for you guys then.
Oh, look
Pete,
at you.
Pete is not value hounding per him.
So I'll take Chris Godwin. I mean, it's at
no.
You wanted Godwin?
Yeah.
Why?
He had versus New Orleans and versus Jacksonville, week 16 and 17.
Is Dave's mission remember one week 17 matchup correctly?
I've already failed on my mission, I think.
How can you fail into your
mission?
I don't get it.
You'll see. You'll see. I've already failed my mission. Like the complete mission. I was given way too hard of a mission.
Why are we, Steven, why are we giving Kitchen the hardest mission? We need really simple things.
Is it really that hard though? Is this really a hard mission?
Just have to see.
I didn't think it was that hard, and he was like, okay, right away.
Well, yeah, because I didn't realize. I thought you were giving me.
Next week, your mission will be draft a regular team.
Oh,
The ultimate challenge.
okay.
It's like you know that meme on Twitter during NFL season where they're like, the Seahawks had never played a normal game.
No,
It's David Kitchen has never had a normal draft.
Dave timed
No,
out.
I
has
starred
Walker.
Kenneth Walker. I starred Kenneth Walker. This is absurd, though. It really is.
Someone in the chat guessed someone's mission correctly, but I won't
Is
say.
it the guy? Is it the guy who guessed the Florida teams for Dave? Is that?
No,
it?
I'm not gonna spoil it, but there is a comment that got someone's mission correct.
Dave, was your mission to draft teams?
I'm not
from
telling
Florida?
you. I'm not telling you.
No, if someone guesses your mission, you have to
Yeah,
say
but
it.
you don't. But you don't get unlimited guesses, Davis. Like, is that one of your 3 guesses?
No, I need more. I need more information. I need more
Yeah,
information.
exactly. Okay.
Okay. The chat is asking for recaps of our team. My team through 5 round. I have Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. I have DK Metcalf, Christian Watson, and Tyler Lockett at wide receiver. And I have Travis Kelce at tight end. Peter has, let's see here. Let me scroll to Peter's team. Peter through 5 rounds has Jalen Hurts, Jonathan Taylor, Tyreek Hill, DeAndre Hopkins, and Chris Godwin.
Are you gonna do me?
I don't. It's probably not. The people don't
We've
need
been
it.
really focusing on your team. a
David
lot.
has
Brown,
Kenneth.
Olave.
David has Kenneth Walker at running back, who he took 4 spots after ADP. AJ Brown, Chris Olave, Calvin Ridley, and he took Christian Kirk 8 spots ahead of ADP. Wow, is the room going to give me the full Seattle Giga stack? Is this guy going to take Smith? Is Smith and Jigba going to go to the humble legend?
I refuse to let you have JSN at pick 66, and I can't even do anything about it. But I do refuse to let you get him at 66.
I almost took JSN at the last. I almost took JSN at the last
I've
pick,
got
but on
Kenneth
every
Walker. Should I get JSN? Because I'm next.
you gotta decide that for yourself.
If it fulfills
my
your
guy.
mission,
Yeah.
Well, if it fills my mission of disrupting Davis's mission.
that's a submission?
Soccer Dave, you're on the clock. What are you gonna do?
I know.
Don't
Oh,
do it.
man.
Don't do it.
Oh boy.
Wow, that's a
Oh.
sick value right there too.
Oh, I'm so
God,
tilted.
I'm jealous of that.
I'm so
That's
tilted.
so nice.
That's really annoying.
Oh, very nice. All right.
Kitchen made an accidental good pick just because it sniped Dave or David.
Don't care.
These are the only times I take Kadarius Toney when I get into this gross range of the draft and I have Mahomes. This is the only I fully acknowledge Kadarius Toney is a bad pick where I just took him, but God damn it, Dave.
Why do you feel the need to force Tony when you have Kelsey and like 18 other backdoor stacking options with Mahomes?
Because no teammate is more tied to weekly spike weeks than Kadarius Toney and Patrick Mahomes. If Tony is having a good season, if Tony has the season that the slappies, myself, are imagining, it's going to be extremely touchdown concentrated, and those are going to be hitting your lineup together at like a giant frequency.
All right.
Ryan Jones says Davis's mission is to draft a guy in the 6th with a sub 30%
He got
route
me.
participation.
He's zapped me. He's zapped me good. God, it's David's fault. I had to make a bad pick. David ruined what was like a really nice team that I had brewing here.
And people commenting on the audio, listen, I'm sorry. There is some feedback in the office. Sure, Mike. So not sure what happened there, but
Not
we'll
sure
fix it next week.
What happened, Dave?
Not sure what happened there.
Well, what
We'll fix
happened is that what happened is that we had this exact same problem last week. Dave knew about it for a full week and did nothing to course correct.
Yeah. This is the first time I've been in the office, though, since last week, I think.
Totally.
In my defense. I might just have to start drafting at home. All right. Pete, you're coming up on the clock, but this week there was a one quarterback strategy thread. What started this as you drafted?
I have no idea. I think it's one of the dumbest things you can do in a Best Ball Mania 4 draft, drafting one quarterback.
Davis, what happened there? I'm on the clock.
I just took Damian Pierce like 40 spots after ADP.
No, I know. I'm talking about, oh, man, I still get Trevor Lawrence after the JSN pick. Oh, boy. That is sexy right there.
The chat, I think they're zeroing in. I think they're zeroing in on what we're doing here.
They're not going to get mine. I'll just go ahead and tell you.
Is yours not that every player has to have a week 17 correlation to some degree? That's one of my three guesses.
There's no way that would be Dave's because he said he thinks he already failed it, and there'd be could recover with that mission.
Okay. Right. Okay. Damn it. Not using my brain. Let's see. What did Peter do? Peter, you took Elijah Moore 13 spots ahead of ADP. Is that just where he's going now to you? Like if you want him?
No, I had to stick it to everyone who just said I'm a value hound. I want them to know I can live a little when the time calls for it.
Is it because you think Deshaun Watson and this Browns offense?
I'm just trying to set up the Deshaun Watson pick. You're odd to me.
No, man. People are going to be really disappointed when they see what they're going to be disappointed in Sosa. That's what
I don't actually. Peter threw me off the scent with it. Oh, Peter, is yours? You have to do hero running back or bimodal running back or whatever.
No.
Hate that for me. All right, Soccer Dave, you are on the clock. 30 seconds. Let's see if we can get your pick done with 5 seconds to spare.
Don't rush me, please.
Kitchen, if you don't take Deshaun Watson for every single one of these drafts, that's your favorite click on the entire board.
Something about David's has to relate to stacking or the Jaguars or like Giga stacking a team or something like that. It's got to be because he has been hyper focused on these Jaguars.
All right, so I've got Lawrence, Ridley, Kirk, and Ingram from the Jags. I've got Walker and Njigba from Seattle, and then Brown and Olave.
Did you have to take 5 players from one team?
No. No.
Dave is like your so playing this game with him, it's like playing poker with like your dumb idiot friend who you're playing with him and he's like going all in and like, it could be he's such a dumb idiot he would only go all in with aces, pre-flop or whatever, or he could just be bored of playing so he shipped it with 7-6 offsuit. Like there's no way to read.
Once you see what the mission is, you will see that it was mission impossible. It truly was.
I don't think Dave drafted a single player from the mission. I mean, really unbelievable stuff.
That is not true. That's not true.
It's just that I don't think it could really possibly be that hard because both Peter and I don't know how Pete feels, but my mission is going swimmingly. So I don't know. I don't really know what your issue is, Dave.
You'll see. Okay. I've got some bones to pick with people because we got to 5K last week. So very nice. Congratulations. We did it. We're halfway there. The road starts from here.
All we ever had to do was start streaming drafts, David.
Right? I'm seeing in the dashboard lots of comments. People love the show. They love interacting with this show. Some of the people that are commenting, though, have not subscribed to this show.
Wow.
And for that, I say, shame on you. So,
Kitchen, do you know that there's a setting in YouTube where you
Yeah.
can make that not possible, subscriber only comment mode. It's a really good way to weed out the fair weather fans.
We might have to do that. I mean, I don't like doing that, but we might have to do that.
It would probably help us
Okay.
pick up some fellow travelers along the road to 10K.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So put up this comment by Chipsy Lark. Dave's mission could be to draft a team, and he could fail. Literally, a mission enforced by the software, and he couldn't quite get it done.
Oh man, should we tilt some double QB bye week bros here? I don't have too many other good stacking. I was going to take Richardson there with my
The
my
move is
JT.
to take Richardson.
Yeah, well, he's gone.
Man,
Pete,
this is
how
always the
many-
most impossible. This is always a spot that's tough for me when Kamara is
Yeah.
there, and you're just like, my lizard brain is like, yeah, Kamara, he scores so many fantasy points, and like I'm not, and he correlates with a pick I have, and I am still not going to take him. You hate to see it. What do I do? I don't love this pick.
Who did you just draft?
AJ
Tell the
Dillon.
people as you're drafting.
I just took AJ Dillon at
AJ Dillon.
pick 103 right at ADP.
Oh, baby. All right,
You know
I'm on the
something-
clock.
Yeah.
Gonna draft Kamara.
Check the blurb. Check
All
the
right,
blurb.
there's
You got to check the blurb.
More New Orleans. More New Orleans here. What's going on?
Okay.
Ricky Beers, you're telling me I have to sub to this? I mean, look, you don't have to, buddy, but you can. You're more than welcome to join us.
Yeah. Top Stat NFT also recognized lots of comments recently. People love what we're doing. And the
Who would
comments
have
every
thought
week.
that incentivizing comments and having a regular streaming time every week that people know what to expect would do good for the engagement metrics on this show?
Yeah.
Dave,
See? Look.
I just noticed Dave's account balance.
You should have known last week. What was it? $25.
25. Yeah.
You're
so
next week
torn.
it'll be 25.
Kitchen's so torn because he's like, the $25 drafts get me all of the comments from Pete or people chasing Pete's giveaway, but I'd really prefer to do $5 puppy drafts for my account.
Yes.
That's so good. You can't have DB write this off as a work expense.
I mean, I'm sure I could. I don't know. It'd be a little tough to say draft, especially if I won. Then they're gonna want their cut.
Mhm.
Can I top up my guy's account? I'll set up a
Special RotoGrinders promo code. All right, so Dave, you have 4 Jacksonville Jaguars. You have 2 New Orleans Saints. You have 2 members of the Seattle Seahawks. I don't have a good guess. You can only draft players who are near a body of water. Is that? They have to be. They have to be ocean. I guess other than AJ Brown, they have to be ocean cities.
I mean, Philly's not that far from the Atlantic.
Oh, come on.
You wanted Harris?
Yes.
I'm actually confused on what your mission is.
Yeah, I have no.
Sniped on Damian Harris.
I know,
Sniped
and
on Damian Harris ahead of Brian Robinson, Gibson, and a chain.
This is absurd. I cannot believe that. Oh, okay. All right. So, Pete, are you
For the audio listeners? For the audio listeners,
Davis's
my
draft?
team is Patrick Mahomes and Geno Smith at quarterback, Dameon Pierce, Rashad White, and AJ Dillon at running back, DK Metcalf, Christian Watson, Tyler Lockett, Kadarius Toney at wide receiver, Travis Kelce at tight end. Peter is on the clock right now. and he took Brian Robinson. So his team
Brian
is Jalen Hurts and Tua, Jonathan Taylor and Brian Robinson. He's got the Miami Dolphins, Tua, Tyreek stack. He's got DeAndre Hopkins. He's got Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, setting up a little 18th round Baker Mayfield. Elijah Moore way ahead of ADP, and then value hounding Zay Flowers. The Elijah Moore ahead of ADP is the clue.
Really throwing you off.
It's the clue. I don't know what it means, but it is the clue. It's the key. It's the key to unraveling the whole mystery.
What's crazy is in that me failing this mission, I still have like the best team probably I've drafted so far.
just because the players, the week 17 points are going to be mattering to each other, and you're not just clicking Cleveland Browns every time you're on the clock.
No, maybe. Oh gosh! All right. Who's coming up?
Pete, where do you stand?
You've got a 2-2-6. You got 0 tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
So the 4 tight end build might be in play.
I got excited scooping the Evans value, and then Goddard didn't come back to me at 77. Paul scooped him up, so that ruined my Hurts stack.
Do you think that have you used Easy Sheet yet? Did you guys do the stream with it?
I've done I haven't done a stream with him, but I did done a couple drafts with it. It's cool.
So I mean, the math of the sheet would basically be like, it doesn't. Mike Evans could be 20 spots after ADP, and you still take Goddard there. Do you disagree with that?
Well, I also have a big bet on the Bucs when I take Chris Godwin, so you're getting a correlation boost there as well.
Do Mike Evans and Chris Godwin correlate that well?
Yeah, I'm making a huge bet that the Bucs are better
are not
if like Godwin smashes, it means there's competent quarterback play.
Or does it just mean that Godwin is bailed out via 170 targets because Mike Evans can't get open for Baker Mayfield? Right? It's like Jarvis Landry was good with Baker, but Odell wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously there's a 1-for-1 correlation with Hurts to Goddard, but I do think I'm big on the Bucs being undervalued this year, the pass catchers specifically, and I love both of those guys.
I do not know what to do here.
Okay, well, you got.
I'm stuck.
15 seconds, Davis. 15 seconds.
I had 2 seconds, and I took Nico Collins ahead of ADP, which was probably bad.
I was trying the old 10-9-8 when there was like 3 seconds left. All right. So I'm going to get a second tight end right now. A little Dalton Kincaid. You guys know that he's basically a wide receiver, just playing tight end.
Slappy Dave taking Kincaid the day after Dawson Knox has a knee injury in training camp, despite Dave not knowing that Dawson Knox has a knee injury in training camp.
I totally knew that.
Did you check the blurb?
Diggs not showing up. It's concerning. Like the worst pick in the draft. Quiet you.
It is.
All right.
It is. Kincaid is the single worst pick.
Why?
Because he's probably like a favorite to see less than like 60 targets. Like Dalton Kincaid
is a bad pick in the 11th round, end of the 11th round.
Yeah. This is the Liam logic. The Liam logic is that the tight end 11 can't be a bad pick.
Pete's not really saying anything, so he must be really focused in on his challenge.
I'm trying to do some math on some stuff with my team right now. You caught me being very focused on my challenge. I am. I'm trying to reverse engineer this draft.
Where the hell did Sky Moore and Rashee Rice go? They went way ahead of ADP. I was looking at my queue and I was like, they should be there.
That is an aggressive choice from JBO without Mahomes to go.
He double tapped Sky and Rice at 9 and 10. I guess I assume he's
stuff either.
Well, I assume he's watching the stream and knew that I would be taking them, and he's just trying to chat my ass, and it worked. So I got that going for me. Soccer Dave on the clock.
Yeah.
Tank Bigsby.
Yeah.
Where's Tank Bigsby, buddy?
He already got drafted, I think. No, he's still there.
You got to take Derek Carr then.
I think I do.
I mean, if you're going that hard on New Orleans, Dave, come on down.
Oh, man.
I love this pick I just made.
Yeah.
I love using a Jalen Warren bring back with Seattle stuff. Because if Warren is either contributing to week 17 or is the starter by week 17, I assume that means either Pittsburgh is playing more pass heavy or it just means they're playing catch up in week 17. That's like one of my favorite correlations is Jalen Warren with the Seattle guys.
Ugh, that was brutal. I wanted one of Jalen Warren or Kendre Miller there, and you both snapped them right up.
The chat is making a point that everyone already knows, which is that Tony's median projection is ass. Like everyone acknowledges this. I would only ever take Mahomes with Tony. This would be the only occasion I would ever do that. And the chat is right. His he's not a good pick. He's not. David, what do you got going here? This team. Peter sniped Tank Bigsby from you.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, I don't really need Tank.
So the mistake we made last time was assuming that your positional allocations had something to do with what you were doing. It turns out drafting Rashee Rice as your second wide receiver was not a bit. It had nothing to do with the challenge. You were just vibing. And so I'm hesitant to think that your 2 running back strategy here has anything to do with what Sosa told you to do.
You might be correct. But I got Kenneth Walker and Kamara. I got 2 alphas in the running back room.
we're throwing around the term alpha pretty loosely there.
Yeah.
I mean,
all right, Davis, you're up. You got the 2-4-5-1 build going on.
Who's Herb Smith playing week 17, Dave?
Buffalo.
Oh, what are you trying to trigger terrain, buddy?
No. Okay.
Who does Herb Smith Jr. play for, Dave?
I'm on the clock. Let me get on the clock. Oh, no.
What are we doing here? Why is Matthew Stafford? No, Dave.
No.
Dave, what is going on?
Oh my God, Adam
Dave.
Dave.
Davis is not allowed to ask me questions while I'm on the clock. That is.
Dave, you literally tried to mess me up. You literally said the wrong amount of time on the clock just to mess me up.
It's different.
There's no bigger cone of shame than being the guy who auto drafts Adam Thielen. I mean, that is really
It's happened twice, 2 in a row.
Oh, Dave.
Oh my gosh.
That
nice
is
week
no
17
good,
correlation
bud.
though, Kitchen.
Oh, you got your bring back, bud.
That presupposes that Adam Thielen will still be playing in the NFL by week 17 though, which I'm not convinced is going to happen.
He might.
This is Dave.
You just
Dave
don't know.
Dave drafting is like Easy has this in the chat. It's like Evan Silva doing the randomizer where he's like 20% in on the bit, but he mostly just wants to get it over with.
That's how I'm starting to feel about all my drafts, stream drafts, mostly over the bit. just try to get it over with.
At any point, do you feel yourself capitulating where you're like, dude, I just am not doing this?
No, I mean, someone asked me in the chat, this is my 54th stream. I did another cardio club draft last night on the club. I'm going to be running tonight on ship chasing. I'm ready for this era to be over. The running while streaming. I don't know why.
Why are you running on ship chasing?
Because Leone's infamous night run last year, we decided
right.
I was going to join him for one. So we'll see how it goes.
I ran a 5K today just to see if I could do it. And running is hard. Turns out Turns out running is quite difficult.
It is.
I played 2 hours of basketball on Monday night after an hour and a half of pickleball Monday morning, and proceeded to not be able to move yesterday. Like I could not get out of bed.
I played tennis on Monday night, and people next to us brought pickleball stuff, and we're like just using the pickleball level of the court, and they could not have taken more than 100 steps the entire time they were there. I was honestly embarrassed. I was like, I'd never seen it in person before. However lazy and stupid you think it is, it looks even lazier and stupider when it's happening right next to you. If someone's bringing
that to the tennis court, they're not really pickleball players, I would say. They would find a real pickleball court. Davis, I would destroy you in pickleball.
Yeah, probably.
Like, I would make you feel foolish on the pickleball.
Yeah, well, isn't that because you've been playing all the time and Davis has never played it?
100%. But Davis thinks that he could just pick up a pickleball racket and be fine with it.
My guess is I could practice for 2 days and be better than you. But if I played with zero practice, you'd be better than me.
All right, Davis, I'll give you 2 days practice. You come to Nashville and then see what happens.
I'm not interested.
Wow. Davis getting
then why even throw that out there? Why even throw that out there that with 2 days practice?
Because with one like you found one very hyper specific physical challenge you could best me at.
So you agree that I would wax you in pickleball?
Sure. Yeah. Name literally anything else, and I got you. Like mixed. If we did a mixed
basketball.
I mean, I'm just faster and stronger than you.
No, you're not beating Kitchen at basketball. Davis, go with like the skateboarding angle.
Yeah, go skateboarding or like motocross or something like that.
Well, any sort of weightlifting or running or anything, I'm going to beat you at that too.
I would love to watch you guys in a mile race. That I would love to see how that goes.
Yeah. I'll do a mile race against Dave.
I would. That sounds about the worst thing I could possibly do.
Are you still taking creatine, bud?
Of course. And someone in the Deposit Kingdom Discord said, I hope he loaded for the first day. I hope he's hydrating or none of that counts. And let me just tell you, I'm hydrating. I'm like Silva levels of water jugs going on. And there's a guy on Instagram at Train Bloom who says you do not need to load, just 5 grams.
You don't need to load. That's not a thing. Also, what are you loading for? You're not training for anything. You're just taking it. So there is no loading process.
Well, the whole loading thing is to like get it in your system, I guess, to like start.
I mean, all creatine does is help your muscles retain hydrogen. So it's not.
That's not all it does, Davis. There's over 500 independent studies that show the effectiveness of creatine. It also helps your mental acuity. It also helps soreness.
I don't know if I buy this. This is a big Huberman thing about the mental acuity. I don't know if I buy it. Luke Schoonmaker at 1510 is the most aggressive pick I've seen.
I think if we're going to talk about mental acuity and whatever Dave's stack is right now, it's like clearly working. I've never seen a man sharper in a draft.
I don't get
Luke Schoonmaker at 1510. I mean, guys are doing bits. We're doing bits here, I guess.
Did everyone else give themselves their own challenge? Like they wanted to play along at home? They're like, take the Cowboys' 4th tight end, 8 rounds ahead of ADP.
All right, I need some running backs.
You sure do, Dave.
Bad.
There's a guy who plays for the Tennessee Titans who's still there. You ever heard of him?
Yeah.
You know who he plays in Week 17?
Ezekiel Elliott.
Zeke is going to be
Tajay
a Cowboy.
plays Houston Week 17. Plays them twice in the playoffs. Davis, you have been. Oh, look at Lenny taken. So yeah, as far as the Dalvin Cook stuff is like we talked about A-Chain and what a dominant running back he's going to be. Does the Dalvin Cook to Miami rumors affect your?
I don't think
thoughts
anyone on this program said Devin Achane was going to be a dominant running back.
I did for sure.
Okay,
Alpha.
Yeah.
Like 5'4".
But like they also have Raheem and
you think
Wilson.
you think he loads creatine before NFL games?
Can you? Is that even legal?
Yeah. I mean, creatine is literally a naturally occurring compound, so you're going to test positive for it.
Oh, sniped on Spears.
Oh, damn, dude. Tough.
That one hurts. Bad. Okay. All right.
Chase Brown. Anytime you can take a 5th-round rookie, I think you just got to do it. As I take an undrafted free agent running back.
I knew I was about to say it if you didn't.
Pete had his video come out about guys you have to take, or like guys that you want to take to win your league.
What
in June?
What
I
video
think Chase Brown and Chandler were on that list, and Chuba Hubbard was on that list as well. Who else was on the list?
I think I talked up in that video. I forget. I don't even know which video you're referencing. I hyped up Ty Chandler, Chuba, and Tajay Spears in a recent.
I mean, there's a chance he could be watching one of your videos from last year, Peter. Just knowing
how. No, Ty Chandler was the guy. Yeah, I still think that these quarterbacks are going way too late as far as Stroud, Bryce Young.
Because you just don't know?
You really don't.
But don't you know about some quarterbacks, so you'd want to take the quarterbacks you do know about beforehand?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, gosh. This is so bad.
Have we guessed? Have I tried? I got to look and see if I have no clue what the fuck Dave's doing, but I'll see if I can guess what Davis is doing. What was your challenge? Just a 0 RB build, Davis?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because
that was your only challenge?
Yes.
God. You getting a challenge that I call a Tuesday.
Easiest challenge, and you gave that a 3? That's a 1. Literally, don't draft running backs till the end of the draft.
You said ease. The challenge was ease of guessing.
Oh.
Peter, your challenge is a 4 tight end build.
Yeah, everyone in the chat has said it like 100 times.
Okay, and Dave's challenge is completely unknowable. It is opaque. It is just no. Yeah, I don't know, Dave. I got no clue. This is.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what? Honestly, good on you for being a good sport, though. Like, you know, a lot of people would be mad about flushing $25 directly down to Twitter every single week. So good on you. Like that. Like my objection was I don't want to draft dead teams, and you no complaints from you. So good for you, bud.
No, thank you.
Also, Ryan Jones makes a great point here. The guy who was aggrieved at fucking up an elite tight end build is mad at how easy 0 RB was.
No, I had 2 builds though at the same time. I had
elite tight end and rookie heavy. That is so goddamn
rookie
easy.
heavy.
That is so easy.
You had 0 RB. That's like a baby step. Is there any draft that could be easier than 0 RB other than draft 1 team stack? Even that would be harder than a 0 RB build.
They're all pretty easy.
No, Sosa gave you the easiest one. Sosa definitely gave you the easiest one.
Yeah, totally, dude. Totally.
I'm so mad right now.
Are you? What's your mission, Dave? Tell us your mission.
Yeah, what is your mission, Dave?
Okay, I fulfilled it. I fulfilled the mission. Sosa gave me 3 team stacks to do. I had to do these 3 specific teams.
Sosa, what? You had to do Jacksonville, New Orleans, Seattle?
No, I had to do Bills,
Las Vegas, and the Bills, and then I let him pick whatever team he wanted.
What?
So that was Jacksonville.
Las Vegas and the Bills?
Yes. I had to stack.
Where are the
those
Bills?
things. You'll see. Khalil Shakir and Dalton Kincaid.
How
Okay.
many did you need? How many did you need from those three?
Sosa.
We just said team stacks.
Sosa.
I have to do specific team stacks.
Dave needs something about 7 layers less complex.
This is what I'm saying. Because if you get like where I was at the end of a draft, you don't get those beginning. You don't get those core pieces.
I'm absolutely dying at Sosa's thought process being give me a super easy one, give Pete an easy but non-optimal one, and then give Dave like a much more involved one.
It's not just involved. Like you have to, like with the Bills and the Raiders. That's why I thought that maybe he was saying one of either the Bills or the Raiders, right? But like Josh Allen, you got to get him right at the get-go. Bills have 2 guys the Raiders have 2 guys right at the top. Like
it's too it's too finicky for people to guess. Really, is the issue.
Yeah, Pete's was a 4 tight end build. Just wait till the end of the draft, not having any tight ends.
Do you know? Like I feel so gross though. I'm about to just. I like seeing Dalton Schultz, Taysom Hill, Trey McBride, K-Dot on one roster.
But you took Taysom, so you did it right. You did a good
Well,
thing.
if you're going to do a 4 tight end build and not take Taysom while also loaded up on Bucks, you might as well just delete your account. I mean, what's the point?
I agree. I mean, I just think doing a multi-tight end build and not taking Taysom is you might as well turn your account balance over to
I'm not done grossing up this team though. Here we go. The rare 3-5-6-4 build, giga stacking the Tampa Bay Bucks with Baker Mayfield. So the bye week bros don't come after me.
Wow. That is a team. It's
Peter. A team. And the only reason I was able to pull it off was with Zay Flowers falling to me and allowing me to get 6 wide receivers I felt comfortable stopping.
That weren't all foul. Okay.
Yeah.
So the Elijah Moore thing was a little bit of a canary in the coal mine, but it was just so you didn't have to look at like doo-doo shit poopster as your 5th wide receiver.
Exactly.
Is really the only thing happening there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was I mean, Pete, I think in a weird way, I actually think I liked this team more than some of the other teams you've drafted, mostly because I think 4 tight ends is fine. There's like these people who are so adamant that like your wide receiver 8 is better than your wide receiver or your tight end 3 or whatever. It's totally divorced from reality. These guys' median projections are so low.
I actually like the only things I would have in a perfect world, Hurts and Tua would have the same bye week, so I didn't have to deal with that.
Sure.
You guys sniping me on Kendre and Jalen Warren, who would have been smash running back 4 picks for me. That was tilting. Nothing. I wouldn't really change anything else.
Another thing, David is a huge dick for taking Smith and Jigba because that was not related to his mission in any way.
You don't know that.
I do actually know that.
That was a sick value. I couldn't blame Dave for that one.
Well, if Pete hadn't been go to me to do it, I wouldn't have done it. But
you know what, Dave? I would have given you
2 guys. Hold on. I drafted 2 guys from Las Vegas and 2 guys from Buffalo. That's a mini stack right there.
And you had at that point had already had 2 Jaguars, and you knew you were taking Lawrence, and you probably in your demented little brain knew you were taking Evan Ingram as well.
Yeah, I knew I was taking Lawrence. It was the decision was take Lawrence for the stack or taking Jigba to. This is a
good line. How many teams that David drafts on stream will he advance to the semifinals? Right? Or not even the semifinals. Let's go just advance. Period. Does set the line at 0.5? What do we make it that Dave advances 1 team that he drafts on stream?
Peter?
I mean, broken clock, blind squirrel. Like if average, like Dave has to be like sub 5% chance to advance these teams.
It's unbelievable because Dave, to his point, has had multiple teams in the past do well. But what I'm wondering is it really just that best ball is that much of a mystery that Dave has always been this terrible at drafting and we just didn't know? Or is being on stream making him that much worse because he is trying, his brain is so unable to do.
I
both
hate to
things.
pull back the screen on this because I have seen like Dave's teams in previous years when Dave and I were both in the inaugural puppy or whatever they called it at the time. Like Dave's teams were good. They were structurally sound. They had correlation. I think Dave is leaning into this idiot bit for the
I think
No.
he might be too.
Yeah. Dave knows how to draft.
I'm gonna explain something to you guys because you guys are just way in this bubble right now. It is June 14th. We have not even got to July yet.
Yeah, I keep
Usually-
hearing people say this. This is a constant criticism, like, oh, you're virgin, you drafting teams on June 14th. What do you want me to do? You want me to sit on my
No, but
goddamn
I'm
computer
saying
on August 3rd and draft 10 teams a day? It's not viable. More than 10 teams.
Some people, like, they show up in the first quarter in a race. They'll lead the race. Whatever, they'll get out to start and then they won't finish strong. I'm the opposite way, where when it comes time for July and August rolls around, I'm going to really get into this and I'm going to pick my guys. And that's where you really start advancing. Like last year, who was it? Jalen Hurts. Like that was the guy that helped me advance my team. Like being all in on guys that actually do good and avoiding the landmines.
Being
that
all
helped
in on
me.
guys that do, Dave solved best ball. Be all in on guys who do good.
And that has helped me. Now sometimes it will bite you, but I haven't zeroed in on like who my guys are yet this season. And that won't come until July.
What are you talking about? You take Deshaun Watson, you trip over yourself to select Deshaun Watson in every draft. You have
He
your
might
guys.
he might be a guy. Yeah, he might be a guy.
Hey,
Adam
Dave,
Thielen
here's-
might be an
Dave.
auto guy. Just
Derrick Henry is a 3rd round pick this year. You could be snapping him off at the 30th overall pick. You could, if you wanted to, you could have Derrick Henry on every team this season, and you're not going all in right now.
I get it. But I'm just telling you guys,
you're fake Henry.
this is why
fan.
I'm doing the slow
You're
draft.
fake Henry
This is
fan.
why I enjoy doing these drafts without having all of the information right now and just trying to complete these challenges, because I know that when July hits, I'm going to be all in. Like what I'm really excited about is the DraftKings best ball stuff.
You want to make an 1,800 person final and get sent a set of steak knives for drafting like a top 0.001% best ball team.
Speaking of which, Dave, did you get the bucket hat from DraftKings? Are you part of that crew?
No.
Wow.
No.
A
I had
former DK Pro not getting a
Rudman.
bucket hat?
Rudman, where's my cactus, bro?
You didn't
Yeah,
get
I
your
didn't
cactus?
get.
No cactus, dude.
Yeah, and you maxed BBM last year?
Yeah. I posted.
Did one of your
the
drafts
same-
get thrown out?
Oh my god! Can you imagine?
Could you imagine if you're one shy of a cactus?
I would be
because of that?
livid.
Because
I
someone
would-
took Luke Schoonmacher in the ninth round. You didn't get your cactus.
All right. No, Davis, I think that I'm really focused on my health this month of June. I know that when July and August rolls around, it's going to be all business.
Your health? What are you doing for your health?
I just told you 2 hours of pickleball, 2 hours of basketball on the same day.
2 heaping scoops of creatine. It's the Dave.
Dave, I don't know.
Creatine. We're on day 11 of creatine.
Are you lifting at all? Like, are you just doing creatine and cardio?
No. Lifting.
Dave is lat raising 7.5s at Planet Fitness.
Dude, you're seriously taking creatine to augment your pickleball play?
No, I'm taking creatine just because I'm a male who's 39 years old. I am lifting 2 or 3 times a week, not heavy, but I'm going in on cardio and I'm feeling good. I'm down 8 pounds in the past month and a half. We're doing good.
Bud.
We're doing good. We're getting there.
Have you read Outlive yet?
You know the answer to that, kid. Davis, come on.
No.
You want me to say
Davis,
you,
any sport other than if you want to call skateboarding a sport, let me know. Any major sport.
I'll beat you at golf. I'll beat you at tennis. I'll beat you in any kind of race, any distance, any whatever you want.
That's not a sport. Racing, not a sport. I'm talking about some sort of skill level. I will give you golf. I will give you golf.
I'll beat you at any Olympic sport. Any sport they do at the Olympics, I'll beat you.
Any Olympic sport. Holy cow. I can't wait to watch you guys in an equestrian challenge.
Archery, cycling, whatever, dude. I will kick your ass.
Archery? Okay, just lock it in. We need a full decathlon between Davis and Kitchen. Oh my God.
Well, no, but
All
think
right.
about all the things that Olympics covers. Olympics is going to cover weightlifting. It's going to cover any endurance activity. I will beat David all these things. Basketball is an Olympic sport. I'll give it to you. You probably could beat me just shooting 3-pointers. Just I am not good at basketball.
Davis, I could beat you posting up too. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Don't go down the basketball road.
No,
Kitchen would wipe the floor with you in basketball.
So much stronger than you. You would not beat me posting up.
Davis, 100%. I could beat you without shooting threes. There's just like,
well, okay, that I will do with you. That I will do with you. You can't shoot any 3-pointers. You have to shoot with inside the 3-point line.
David, I hate to pump Kitchen's bags, but dude is good at basketball. He would.
No, I'm not doubting. I'm saying I believe that he's a heavy favorite over me in basketball. But if his idea is he is going to back me down, I'm so much stronger than him. There's no chance
in the paint
with that.
Davis, it'd be like it'd be like if I was playing a guy who was 6'6", right? Even if he's a good shooter, he would still like get on me because he is taller than me and can shoot over me in the paint. That's all I'm saying. Anyways,
I think you are a huge favorite over me in basketball. Everything else, you're like a plus 175 dog at best. Hey, pickleball. You definitely beat me in pickleball.
We need
ping pong and badminton are Olympic sports. Meet me out in the.
You probably beat me in ping pong. You probably beat me in ping pong.
I know I'd beat you in ping pong, Davis. I'm an athlete.
You found three. Dave, you found 3 things on the planet you're better than me at.
All right.
Also, reading a book. You guys should compete at reading a book.
Oh, yeah. Not an Olympic sport.
I'd love, yeah. Let's do that.
Not an Olympic sport. All right.
Dave, what was the last book you read? Cover to cover. Could even be an audiobook.
I don't even know.
Kitchen.
Are we gonna roast each other's teams?
Oh God, yeah. No, I mean, am I getting time and a half? We got to speed this up. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah. Davis, you start.
Well, that's never how we do it. I always go last, but I can start with Peter's team. Peter, I hate to say it, he drafted a really good team. The bye week bros came after him. He drafted Jalen Hurts and Tua, who have the same bye week. So Peter's just really hoping that Baker Mayfield is still the starting quarterback. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers win Jalen Hurts and Tua take their bye week. He value hounded Jonathan Taylor, value hounded Brian Robinson, value hounded Elijah Mitchell, stuck it to Soccer Dave by taking Tank Bigsby 2 spots ahead of ADP, and then took a guy who seems like he's most likely going to be working at a food truck by week 8, Raheem Mostert. Did correlate Raheem Mostert with Tyreek Hill. DeAndre Hopkins, who's so good that his team just cut him, and the New England Patriots are not letting him leave the building. Correlates Baker Mayfield's 2 wide receivers, Chris Godwin and Mike Evans. I'm wondering which one of these guys' dads makes a highlight video of Baker Mayfield missing him on throws first. Elijah Moore ahead of ADP, the canary in the coal mine that Pete was up to something weird. And anytime you can take an already banged up Ravens wide receiver, you absolutely got to do it. The 4 tight end room, all these guys in underdog, their profile picture looks the exact same because they're all the same dude. Dalton Schultz, Taysom Hill, Trey McBride, K. Dotton, put them in a lineup. You can't tell me which one is which. I think
the Proud Boy tight end build.
This is the January 6th tight end room. Dalton Schultz, Taysom Hill, Trey McBride, and K. Dotton.
These guys combined have 8 different subs to Run Pure Sports and Chip It Nation.
Beautiful.
All right, Pete.
Am I doing Davis or you? Do I always do you?
No, you're doing me. Yeah, you're doing me.
You're doing me, and then Dave totally half-asses his way through looking at my team.
No, I know what I'm going to say about your team. Dave.
Wait, sorry. I'm doing Kitchens, right?
Yeah, you're doing mine.
So yeah. Kitchen had a challenge that I still don't even understand exactly what the challenge is or why it was so hard for him to complete.
He has 3 specific teams.
3 specific teams, but hang on real quick. Was there an amount of players you needed for it to qualify as a stack? How many players from each team did you need?
A stack can be 2.
That's a mini stack. I was thinking a stack was like be 3 or more.
All right. So
At least.
even if we're working underneath that, and Sosa says 3 here, so that's 9. That's literally half of your other picks. You didn't have to worry about anything, Dave, and you still acted like someone asked you to like break into the Smithsonian at night or something. Quarterback Trevor Lawrence and Derek Carr. That's completely fine. Running backs Kenneth Walker and Kamara, who you called 2 alphas. We are going to have to check the dictionary definition of alpha. Roshan Johnson, Chase Brown, Kareem Hunt, because you just cannot stop drafting problematic Browns and former Browns. Wide receiver, A.J. Brown. I swear it was almost a timeout too. Chris Olave, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk. One of those guys will barely pay off ADP. The other one is probably just a burn pick, but 2 cracks at it there in the top 40. Can't be too bad, Dave. JSN, your one good pick of this draft. Jacoby Myers.
And he only did it because you told him to.
Jacoby Myers, who's about to get completely cucked over by DeAndre Hopkins. Nope, he's not on the Patriots anymore. I take that back. Adam Thielen, honestly, if you're going to do Adam Thielen, it's, 12 picks past ADP in a Jacksonville Giga stack. So whatever, GG there. Kitchen, Hunter Renfrow, might as well get all the slot wide receivers on Vegas. Khalil Shakur, because you did remember you had a prompt to fulfill and were quickly trying to draft Buffalo Bills. Tight end, Evan Ingram and Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid, the worst tight end pick on the board, unless you're out for drinks with Leone and Chess Liam, in which case it's the skeleton key to drafts.
I had to draft Shakir at the end. I mean, obviously Jimmy G was going to be one of the guys I was going to draft, but it just didn't work out. I failed.
It just didn't work out because Dave forgot his mission and took Derek Carr ahead
No,
of ADP.
I didn't. Like when Damian Harris was picked right before, a few other picks were picked right before, like sniping me. Like that was me saying, all right. So Davis's team. Davis was given the hard task of just not drafting a running back until later on in the draft. Somehow Sosa thought that would be adequate for Davis's drafting skills. I don't know. I'm kind of jealous. He goes with Mahomes, pairs him with Kelsey, and then Kadarius Toney, who might be healthy 2 weeks of the season. The only other Kansas City player he drafts looks like Richie James for the last pick. So lots of options there in KC. Davis takes 3. Geno Smith, he goes with the Seattle stack, pairs him with wide receiver 2, DK Metcalf, and wide receiver 3, Tyler Lockett. Misses on JSN, wide receiver 1 there. Big miss. All it takes, you got to have perfect teams to advance these. Trust me, I know. Davis, this is not a perfect team because Jason's not on there. And the running back room is what it is. It's just a bunch of dart throws.
Hey, you just don't know. Dave, you just don't know. You
with
just
Pierre
don't know.
Strong, with Pierre Strong, we really just don't know. So
they cut J-Rob, baby.
I know.
The one thing I'd say about the challenge, I feel like the 0 RB thing is just he should have said like your first pick had to be after round 8 or 9. It's too easy. I mean, it's practically lines up. Everyone on Underdog is drafting like that this year. That was too easy.
0 RB. It's just a normal
I took
draft.
Dameon Pierce at pick 79, bro. You cannot quibble with that.
I'm not quibbling with what you did. You played within the rules. I'm quibbling with Steven. Next time you need to tell Davis can't draft a running back until after round 10. Now we can start to have.
I wouldn't do that. I would not do that because that boxes me in. That boxes me into making bad picks just for the lulz, which I won't do.
You don't think I just made bad picks for the lulz?
See what happens. All right.
Some of us are trying to chase Kareem.
Final thoughts, Davis.
Well, I mean, look. Road to 10K. Turns out all we had to do was actually just show up and do the show and make some entertaining programming for the people instead of talking about like Moonbirds or whatever else we were. I can't imagine how bad last offseason shows were in comparison to this offseason. And I am hoping at one point that Soccer Dave will have a good draft. I mean, Dave, if you showed up next week, professional, knowing who you were going to pick, starring guys, I would be floored. I would be truly floored. And I look forward to beating you in 100 consecutive Olympic events at some point over the next couple of years.
Yeah. All right. Thanks to everyone that's been commenting. Again, if you're commenting and not subscribed, please just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And we enjoy all the comments. I've been floored with all the comments. So thank you for that.
Floored. He's been floored, Peter.
Yeah.
Kitchen, is your Venmo public? Do you want people to maybe help top off your underdog account if you want to push your Venmo?
You don't need to do that. So I appreciate that. And I will keep you guys updated on my physical fitness challenge. And Davis, meet me in Temecula. We will see you guys later. Peace.